I'm Tommy Fight.
And I'm Mercedes Javid.
And we're the hosts of Till the Dirt.
On our show, we talk about life.
Your life.
Our life.
Relationships.
Your relationship.
Our relationship.
You may already know us from Bravo Straws of Sunset, but there's still so much more to be told and tea.
Listen to Till the Dirt on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Chantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Girl, it's the end. It's the end. I know we said it last week. We said it's the end of an era, but it really is. And after watching tonight's episode, even though like I skimmed through it, I really did feel like this is the end.
Oh yeah, even like how they had their confessionals at the very end, you know, and like it's done. It's done. We'll never see this group of ladies together ever again.
But like, will we see the show?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think so. I feel like we're still not done with certain characters and certain people. So yeah, I'm so over like I'm myself so over like speculating. It's like I just want to hear the news and like let's just go from there, and then I'll give my opinion because like I keep saying things differently and I just keep thinking things differently every time I watch something. So like, I don't know anymore. I really don't.
There has been a lot. There has been like a report that Teresa and Dolores are coming back, and it's so crazy that these reports come out, and you'll hear Andy say, "We're literally not even discussing it.
I know
we are not discussing it at all. We need a break. We need a pause. We're not discussing it." So all the reports are just not true. The only person I genuinely feel like if the show does come back is 100% not coming back is Melissa, and I feel like she knows it.
Oh yeah, and like it's funny because like in this stupid thing that we just watched tonight, like their reunion, and it's like she's like, I'm relieved. It's like you like say the dumbest things. You say things to convince yourself that it's truth.
Oh my gosh, I know. I think I wrote that too. She put out a tweet today, or like an Instagram post today where I don't know if it was like a farewell, but it was like, "Hi lover, my team Melissa peeps." What does that mean, Chantal?
I don't know.
Is that what she calls her fans?
I don't know.
I don't like when people call their fans like things, even though I know tree huggers is a thing, but I feel like tree huggers made that up, not Teresa. So, but like, what is Melissa peeps? Like, I've never heard that. She says, I do this show for many reasons, but I need to take a minute before season 14 is over and tell you how all of you mean to me for the last 14 years. You are so amazing and always kept me going. It's not always easy staying in my own lane, keeping it classy. She said, sometimes I want to lose my shit, trust me, and I know I have at times, but I go into this as something I appreciate, something that I believe could be inspiring through all the good times and the bad. It's time to keep Jersey moving forward. I love you all very much. And it's funny that she is taking this approach because in the first when the show was airing, like this season, the first episode, she was like a divide, and she was promoting like how divided it is, and like promoting whose team are you going to be on. And now she's like, it's time to keep Jersey moving forward because they realized they all sounded like jackasses when they were doing that.
Yeah, and I think she knows out of everything. Like she's not coming back. Like there's no way. Like you didn't bring anything to this season. There's nothing more left for you to like unfold for your family. For you, like you're done. Like
there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on. You know, we said this. Joe Gorga, he said this like last episode where he was like, when something's wrong with Teresa, she'll never want it out there. He said this when that's exactly who he is. So even if something was going on with Melissa, you look at him and you can tell he's down, but he'll never actually say that. Him and Melissa will say that they're happier than ever instead of saying this actually really does suck and it really has affected my home life. And if they did that stuff, I'd be like, bring them back. But they don't do that stuff at all. They're like, I'm happier. I'm at peace. Then you see Melissa get triggered 2 seconds later.
Yep.
I'm relieved by this. Like we've said this. We need a break. It's been so toxic on social media and things of that sort. I mean, Chantal and I are living our best life in the summer, and we're having like a really great summer. You know, it is what it is. But it was a lot because first off, I'm going through postpartum, and then we're watching the show, and then even us like being dragged into certain things. It was just a lot. Like it was just unnecessary, but I think Chanel and I are at a point where we've like blocked everything out. So, and I think it's made us, feel back to normal kind of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of just like like even Dolores, she's like, I haven't even watched this season. It's like she's like, I'm so happy. It's like that's what you
Yeah.
kind of have to do. You can't stare at the like the noise and this like all the nonsense sometimes. Like you just have to not look at it.
There's only so much you can,
Yeah.
listen to. So, um, but what do you think about the concept?
I thought it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, it's like you know how you watch on YouTube sometimes like someone reacting to the show? Like people love watching those. Like people will like, for
I know
example,
TLC does it.
yeah, like or like, people like random people who like are obsessed with Game of Thrones, let's say. They watch the finale and like you're seeing their reactions and like sometimes it's entertaining watching that. But for me to like see this like divide in this team watching it, it's like
It's the
annoying.
same
It's like I don't even want to
thing.
hear I don't even want to hear their comments. Like I barely want to hear their confessionals. You want me to all episode watch them to comment and comment and comment and like say like dumb things that doesn't even make any sense. Like both of them, both sides. I'm just like I'm over this.
This is what we've complained about, the divide. So then what
Yeah.
do? They do something where it's still divided, and it's like, okay, I mean, there was no purpose of this. Like,
And if you guys call us biased, it's like their own team is biased against obviously each other. So it's like no one's gonna stand up to each other and be like, what you did was wrong, except Dolores did a little bit today. But like, it's like very hard. They're gonna just like lift each other up the whole time and then be like, yeah, like that person and laugh, all laugh at the same person. It's like very like weird and just mean girl. I didn't like it.
yeah, I didn't either. I don't know.
Like,
I
please
just,
never again, Bravo, because that was so stupid.
yeah,
Even if you're gonna end a series or a finale, like let's not even do this.
right. Yeah.
I would
Uh,
rather have saw, like, just, them ask them questions in a confessional, like, kind of like the after show, like, that's better sometimes than watching them watch it with people.
yes, I agree. I think the after show would have been completely fine.
Yeah,
But this and they did do that for some, but then they
I
didn't have
know.
some of the housewives do it, so it was really weird. So in one room we have Melissa, Rachel Fuda, Danielle, Margaret, and Jen Fessler. The other room, Dolores, Jackie, Therese, and Jennifer. Let's talk outfits.
Yeah, I don't think, like, I, like, paid attention to anybody's outfits, to be honest.
I love Dolores. I actually really love Dolores' style. I don't know why I feel like that's how I would dress.
Okay.
And I don't know, like I like her style.
I'm loving
Uh
her hairdos lately, like, she's been having such good, like, hairstyles.
Yeah. I love Jennifer's look. I like the high pony. She looks really good with, like, a high pony, so I really like
Yeah.
that. Like, Melissa, Teresa, and Rachel, they look the same. Jen
They look themselves,
Fessler,
like, that's literally,
yeah,
like but, like,
yeah.
I like Melissa's style, though, like, her dresses are, like, cute dresses, like, we would wear to proposal parties, but she never switches
No,
up
I
her
don't
look.
like her style. I
I do.
don't.
She was wearing, like, I think a Cleo dress. It was really pretty.
I don't know, I don't. What was Danielle wearing?
No, of course. Like, she literally thought
Do you
that she
think she
was
does it for a reaction? Because there's
yes.
no way she thinks that's cute.
No, and they all probably looking at her like, "What the heck?"
Oh,
I
for
feel like
sure.
Margaret
Melissa's, like, looking at her like, "What are you
yeah,
doing?"
Margaret was the least like, the most underwhelming. Like, even the way she did her hair, it's like she was going, like, to coffee, like, a lunch, like, place. It was weird.
I don't really pay attention to what Margaret wears or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so by the way, Jackie, said she's going into this and she's not going to comment or say one bad thing. And I just thought that was weird because look, you came in hot. Margaret responded and she put you in check multiple times, really exposed you to make you look bad.
Then what are you
And
doing
that was
here?
your opportunity there's so much there's so much clarity you can give. It's
Yeah,
not like you have to talk poorly about her, or
exactly.
just talk facts and that's it.
Yeah, clarity is a great word. Like, that's all she had to
Yeah.
been doing is giving the facts, and that we're good we're happy.
I feel like I'm getting sick, Chantel. My throat and even
Uh-oh.
Charlie's throat was hurting, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
No, not again.
I know, like, what's gonna happen on Tuesday when I come over? I hope I don't get you guys sick.
No, she's not allowed to come over my house.
Chantel's having all my aunts at her house, and her husband will not let me and my husband come in, and we're like,
No, absolutely
"Are
not.
you okay?"
My husband's gonna hire a bodyguard and, like, make sure Rexine cannot come in.
I said I would hang out on the porch then,
No.
but they don't want us there because they think if we come, then she has to invite her sisters and everybody
Yeah,
else.
and then it's like, I don't have time to even, like, have to do more stuff and
Host.
more food. Yeah,
Right.
like, you guys, like, please, like, let them come for 2 hours and leave my
I'll
house and,
bring a
like
little Caesar's pizza.
no, ew, like, I would never serve that. No offense to you
Yeah.
guys, whoever serves that.
I love Little Caesars.
I know, like, yeah, like, for you and your kids, but I wouldn't serve it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Your hosting is a what is it? Like, I don't even know how to say it.
A
I don't know.
plus plus.
Yeah, something. Today's sponsor is Dreamland Baby. I'm so excited to talk to you about this one because I have tried every swaddle sleep sack you could think of, and the Dreamland weighted sleep sack is my favorite from Dreamland Baby, along with all their products. I remember with my first three kids buying every swaddle sleep sack under the sun, and my kids hating it. They refuse to sleep. My friends finally recommended Dreamland weighted sleep swaddle, and it has been heaven sent. My daughter would bust out of her swaddles, and with the weighted sleep swaddle, she is settled and instantly falls asleep versus moving around and waking herself up. I noticed as soon as I use it, she would sleep for longer periods of time. The gently weighted sleep sack relaxes and helps her sleep for longer stretches and mimics the feeling of a parent's touch. Nights are so much better with the Dreamland sleep sack and is my go-to gift for new moms. Go to dreamlandbaby.com and enter code TRH at checkout to receive 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. This offer is for new and existing customers. All right, sorry. So we finally find out Danielle's beef with Teresa, and it's the dumbest thing you could possibly think of. And I honestly think it shows that Danielle's a problem and that she gets triggered by anything that doesn't go her way. So Danielle was pretty gross with Teresa throughout the season, while Teresa has yet to say one bad thing about Danielle on the show and off the show. And Danielle says that she and Teresa were good around Christmas time and they were supposed to hang out. But apparently, Teresa had reposted a People Choice Award with everyone's face crossed off. If you go look at Teresa's Instagram account, there is a People's Choice Award photo talking about the nomination that their show got, and Danielle's face isn't crossed off. But why would it bother someone that badly? To me, it shows Danielle was looking for an issue like she does with everyone in her life.
Wait, so so Teresa never did do that though, right?
I don't know, because I will say the cast of Jersey, I don't think Margaret does this. I don't know though, because Margaret, I've had blocked for so long. I think Melissa does this. Melissa, oh my gosh, Melissa, out of, I swear to God, I'm not just saying this because I don't like Melissa. Out of any housewife, she is the most cringe because she constantly reposts, people just saying, I don't even know, basically making it like she's a god and I don't know. She's just constantly has to post that to show it. And I've never seen housewives do that. So I think it's
Oh, so
weird.
so I think you think like someone reposted it. Like someone
Yeah.
posted it and then she reposted it by
Posted it.
mistake, probably.
Yeah, and
Yeah, like
Teresa's not a social media person, so I don't even think she knows if she did do that, to be quite honest. Maybe she did, but that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
but if Teresa had posted it as a story or not a story, like as like an
It was a
Instagram,
repost no matter what.
yeah, like if it was like an actual Instagram post that she did, like I do think Danielle has the right to get mad at her because that is weird. Like
But it
why would
wasn't.
I know? So then it is the dumbest thing that you're like literally saying, I'm not talking to her. How about be a grown up and call her and be like, why would you do that to me?
If
You know,
you're
that doesn't
really
make any sense.
if you're really friends with someone and if it bothered you, you would just call them. But
Yeah.
she was like, "I'm gonna wait to the reunion to address it with
Roxanne, what are
her."
you eating?
Stop. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop.
Exactly.
I'll stop. I'm so sorry.
She always calls me out. We're gonna call her out. But what
I'm
are you
so
eating? Let everyone
sorry.
know.
I was eating a sausage stick, and I'm sorry, I didn't think you could tell. I really didn't think you could tell, but I really wanted to finish it. Okay, I'm
Definitely
sorry.
sound like you had a sausage in your mouth.
Oh, ew, but yeah. No, and I swear to God, I've been so bad. I've been so good typically with not eating past 8, but I don't know what the hell's wrong with me the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
I know.
But yeah, wait, did we skip over the fact that like it was crazy revelation to me that Rachel and Jen Fusser haven't talked up until that point?
We've all known that. Rachel has
Oh,
made it public multiple
yeah,
times in
okay.
every interview.
It's just like weird. Then maybe like, but it was wild how Jen Foster came in hot. Like that was like the only spicy thing about the whole show. She's like, "You guys calm down. This is bad energy." I walked into. I'm like, okay,
Well, I mean, I feel like the way Danielle spoke to her was so gross. I don't know. Who does Danielle think she is? She's like, we waited a long time for you and I want to watch the show. Then she
yeah,
literally goes down her throat on how she feels. Like, how do you feel now that you defended Jennifer Aiden and Jen Fessler is pissed? And she's like, you need to calm the hell down, which I did appreciate her checking her back because you can tell Danielle did not expect that. But then she flips, like,
yep.
she has this whole season and she says she regrets defending Jennifer Aiden in the fight. And I don't know if she is saying she regrets fighting or defending her throughout the season or just the fight. She did say specifically the fight, but they took it like she basically was saying that she regrets defending Jennifer Aiden.
I'm sorry, of all of our housewives history, I've never seen someone move the way Jen Fessler moves, the way she's sneaky about her
Oh my
what she
God.
flip flops. It's very like very 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 disturbing, very
Yeah.
disturbing. And the fact that she says she has no regrets and she's tried like all that she's tried, it's like have you watched yourself?
Yeah. Well, Rachel and Jen Fessler do make up, and I do think Rachel cares so much about Jen Fessler, so I think it's good that they made amends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
Why did I find Danielle so annoying this episode where she's like, "Next time on The Real Housewives of New Jersey." It's
She really
it
tries really
it's her
hard.
it's like her dream job, and it's just giving a lot. It's supposed to be I don't know, when I think this show, I'm like, it's supposed to be girlfriends, and this is their actual real life, not trying to be like, "This is all I've ever dreamed of was to go on the show." It's supposed to be like, "Oh, I mean, I am a Real Housewife, and you guys are just watching me in my day to day, and this is how I live." But I
Yeah.
don't know, with Danielle, just doesn't come across authentic. But it was so weird just watching this because we literally just watched this last week, so
Yeah. And like
I don't
I
wanna
feel
watch
like
the scenes.
yeah, and I feel like we should just pick out like the things that
I know the
we
main
thought
topics.
there.
I did.
Yeah, because like I was gonna say, like how can we recap something that we just recapped? And like it's just
Yeah,
too much. Like it's just so
I did.
silly.
I
Yeah.
did. Uh,
Okay.
okay, at one point, Teresa's sister-in-law says she lost her dignity a long time ago about Teresa, and it's like, Melissa really can't help herself. 'Cause she acts like she's at peace where her and Teresa are, like, she's like, "I'm good with where we're at," but then she can't stop commenting on Teresa,
Yeah. No, I
even if it
know
doesn't involve her.
the whole time.
The ex is brought up in the scene, by the way, where Margaret lies 10 times saying that she spoke with the ex because of Bo Dietl, but that literally doesn't make sense. Louis and the ex haven't spoken since mid-2020, so why would she reach out to the ex to find out about Bo Dietl when Bo Dietl was years later? She just lies so much, and she's so dirty because she has been in consistent contact with this person since 2021. And I'm not saying the ex didn't come out so strong, because the ex is literally a psychopath and has absolutely harass all of these people on the show. Anyone that wants to listen to her, she's reached out to them multiple times. I know they mentioned the Warrior video later on. She said it to every single one of them. All these videos that have come out about Louis are from this person. This ex has even reached out to all of Louis's other ex to cross notes together. She's not okay. So,
Yeah. And
so I mean,
Jackie even confirmed it. Like it's like literally no wait
sorry.
that the first time she talked to this ex was after that New York episode
Yeah,
reunion.
she
She
said
literally
she's
says
been
no.
talking to her for a while. I mean, we
Yeah.
already know that. Again, the ex, like a moron, wanted everyone to know that she was talking to Margaret, posted a gift that Margaret gifted her. It was either end of December of 2021 or early January 2022. Do you think, by the way, Dolores knew about the invite? Like, let's be real here. Do you think she knew?
No.
Okay.
I really don't think that, well, like you're saying that Margaret invited her?
Yeah, and
No.
she okay.
I think she knew that they were all hanging out, but I don't think Margaret invited her.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
maybe
think Margaret said, "Hey, do you want to come?" And Dolores said no. I think she knew that they were doing this though.
Well, when Dolores does go to the other side, I did think it was weird seeing how Teresa's sister-in-law keeps questioning Dolores. Again, it has nothing to do with her.
Well, no, this is the one scene that bothered me the most is when they were replaying the scene of Dolores and Margaret. The whole time Melissa's like to Margaret, "Why is she getting so mad? Like,
Yeah.
what is she getting so mad about?" It's like, what do you mean? What is she getting so bad about? She's literally saying that she's a liar. So like, it is
Yeah.
something she's getting mad about. Like, she just tries to downplay everything that involves her or Margaret. The way she's so up her ass. Like, it's everyone says Jen Aiden's up Teresa's ass. It's like, have you ever looked at Melissa how she's so far up Margaret's ass? I can't
I
handle it.
know. I
Literally, like,
know.
why is she getting so mad?
Well, of course she's up her ass. Like, she's so happy that Margaret has come for Teresa because this is all that she's ever wanted to do. So of course she's up her ass.
Yeah.
But I do want to say the producers absolutely hate Teresa. Sirens Media, you guys hate Teresa, and it's so obvious. And maybe it's because they have better and stronger relationships with the other ladies, because the other ladies don't really have anything going on. So they kiss these people's asses, even though outside of this they would never care about them. But Jen Fessler says she hasn't spoken to Jennifer and Teresa after the social media stuff. But here she is speaking to Margaret Josephs, who was also involved in social media stuff. All these housewives speak to bloggers. Melissa had bloggers and podcasters on her podcast. I don't think anything is wrong with that, by the way. But to me, what I think is wrong is the fact that they act like they don't do that, or that Melissa doesn't repost her 2 fan pages every day that harasses Teresa or talks crap about Teresa, but she'll repost them because they praise her, and she'll talk to them and she'll gift them things. But here's the things. The producers put a title of and it said evidence of Teresa leaking things. And we literally see no evidence after that. And if you're going to use a title that says evidence, you should put the evidence so that everyone gets the whole story. But what's so funny is that last week we saw Margaret Josephs admit to calling Louis' ex and informing her everything that was happening during filming, knowing she leaks everything to bloggers. And Margaret knows this, but they're okay with that.
Yeah, she's really dirty.
I just don't understand. I mean, Margaret, as we know, again, all the videos that have come out about Louis, anything that's ever come out about Louis has come out because of this ex speaking to bloggers. You know, blogger accounts follow the ex. The ex follows these accounts. She follows Margaret, all these people. And it's like they put that tagline, but then they're okay with Margaret speaking to an ex and telling her what's happening as they film, giving spoilers.
Yeah. No, it
It's
really
so
like it's like
crazy.
it really is so sad that they do her dirty like this. Like
Mhm.
it's just so not okay.
I do think that they've taken advantage of the fact that she, doesn't pay attention as much to what's happening on social media or the show so they can do whatever they want. And, she says, whatever, I'll come back on the show. And it's like, I do think at times you're so much better than the show.
Yeah, and she's not combative and she doesn't like
Yeah.
cause issues. She's not one of those like employees that you have to worry about and the others are probably like that.
Yeah. Jen Fesser, at the end of the day, gave up a 20-year friendship with her best friend, Siggy Flicker. Look at Fesser's Instagram 1 year before joining the show. She praises Siggy. She gives Siggy something. She says how they've been best friends for 20 years. She knew how much Margaret hurt Siggy to the point that Siggy quit the show. And Jen Fesser was so desperate to join the show that she allowed Bravo to have Margaret introduce her as a friend when they were never real friends, knowing that would crush Siggy. And Jen Fessler says she's disappointed in Jennifer and Teresa. I can't.
I know, same.
I can't.
I really, you guys watching this was just like so stupid.
I know. It really was. I really don't mind Rachel Fuda, okay? But her saying they have a life and they don't obsess over things while John Fuda was emailing me at 2 a.m. freaking out over an article I wrote
No,
that
literally.
made its way on the homepage of Google. I mean, it's just be real. John Fuda literally paid so much money to clear out things said about him on Google. So it's like you guys do have the time and you guys do care.
And
Just own it.
this was her second comment because at the very end she goes, "I'm so glad we have morals and we hold ourselves to a
Oh
higher
my
standard than
God.
these people." I'm
I
like,
can't.
this is the most delusional thing I've heard all year. The most delusional thing I heard all year. You guys hold yourselves to a higher level. Do you guys know
I
do you
know.
know what your friend that you were sitting next to does? Do you know what Margaret does on her day to day?
She knows, and that's why
Yeah,
I'm so done with it. Like,
that's
I'm so
same. It's
over
like they
it.
literally say
Yeah,
things, and it's like, are we all watching the same show?
I
Like, even
know.
anybody who probably likes them, for them to like sit there and hear that, like, we hold ourselves to higher levels, like, we have morals. What?
I know. I know. They
You
think
literally cussed
because
her out
they
because
have
you literally cussed her out, like, and put your finger in her face and like went crazy because she mentioned your husband when you mentioned her husband
I
before. So it's
know.
like you make no sense.
Melissa nodding her head when she says that everyone from Louis' life has reached out to her when, again, we've said this last week, the same thing happened to her.
Yeah,
Melissa's maid of honor,
stupid.
her ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend from college, her manager, all that. They exposed her. So it's just the hypocrisy. It's too much to watch. We wanna again, we don't like the son suffering comment. They bring that up, and Teresa says people make mistakes, and we know what Louis meant by that, but it came out wrong, so it's wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah, we all said that was wrong. He shouldn't have said it. I'm happy even the way Teresa reacted to it, like when like Dolores had to like kind of really explain, and she's like, "Yeah, he's wrong. Like he's gonna say sorry," and he did say sorry.
Yeah.
And
Margaret
so
oh, what were you gonna
no, I'm
say?
just saying he said sorry after like it came out in the finale. Like they
Yeah.
watched this like like what, like a couple weeks ago when they did this. When did they film
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Yeah. So yeah,
Margaret saying she has never said anything bad about anyone's children, but when Jennifer Aiden said it hurt her kids, what she announced about the affair, Margaret said, kids are resilient. Or how about when Margaret Josephs lied that Jennifer Aiden is a drug addict, knowing Jennifer's young kids were affected and even got bullied about it in school.
yeah,
So
they
I
do
just can't.
things they do things in different ways
Yeah.
to like make the kids be involved and be vulnerable and not be in a good headspace without saying I hope ill on them. They actually do the things to make ill on the children other than saying it.
Yeah. And it's so crazy because Melissa's like, oh my, she was, talking a lot about that comment. But she's friends with bloggers that trash Teresa 24/7, that trash Teresa's kids 24/7, and she will repost them. She will have them at events, all those things. I mean, even Melissa said bad things would happen to my children because I've called her out for her lies. So it's like, you brought my children into stuff when I've never even spoken about Antonia, about the sons. I've never even spoken about them. You know, we know kids are off limits. Like, we're not going to speak about them. And she said that something was going to happen to my kids.
Yeah. They're all
Uh,
hypocrites.
yeah. I was interested to see how Melissa would react to her and Teresa's fight. Teresa's sister-in-law calls Teresa Aunt of the Year when it's so crazy that she keeps
It's
bringing
so
that up.
weird.
Oh
Yeah, it's
my
so weird that
gosh.
she's still like saying aunt and like still saying I'm Antonio's mom. Like, what does this have to do with it? You just said something to her and
You
like
called
you
her
have
white trash. She's reacting to you. Why is it okay for you to call her white trash, but when she reacts, then she's an aunt? I
yeah, it
don't
makes no
understand.
sense. No, I
She
really
says
don't
aunt of the
understand
year
her.
when she's literally spoke about Gia, her sisters on her podcast. She's had people on her podcast trash Teresa's kids. She called her Gia a liar multiple times at the reunion and constantly talks about Gia. And then she'll be like Teresa's aunt of the year. Teresa doesn't even bring up your kids.
Yeah, she is not an aunt to your kids, so stop talking about
I
her. She has
know.
nothing to do with your kids, so get over it.
Yeah.
She is not an aunt to your kids.
Do you see how they all said nothing about Danielle throwing something, by the
Yeah,
way?
disgusting. Like that's why I'm just like, this is the dumbest thing. It's like they're just like all like up each other's butts, like all of them. Like it's like you're watching it with your best friend. Like you're not gonna go behind your best
Yeah.
friend's back and be like, why would you do that? You know, like
Yeah,
they
so it's like,
really,
what's the point of this? Because we already knew
yeah,
that they were gonna react this way. They were gonna have their friends back. They've
exactly.
been having it on social media.
There was no one to hold anybody accountable in
Yeah.
this thing. There was no producers, there was no Andy, there was no nothing, there was no
I
questions
mean,
from the
there was
audience.
Dolores. Dolores
Yeah,
was for her side, but
yeah,
she wasn't the other side, which kind of sucked because she was in the middle.
yeah,
And then and it's like they're protecting Danielle, but they've exposed everything all the others have done.
yeah. It's really weird. I don't know why.
Danielle Cabral telling Jennifer Aiden to brush her hair. Okay,
Laughable.
I just thought
Change
it
your
was rich.
outfit.
But no, it's rich because we've seen her weave hanging out in 90% of her scenes. We literally see her extensions and her weave and her beads hanging out.
Yeah, it makes no
I
sense.
don't how are you talking about her hair? I don't understand these people.
Mhm.
By the
It's like
way,
Rachel saying something about like Jen's
Teresa's
lips or
lips.
Teresa's lips. It's like,
Yeah,
are
it's
you
like,
guys okay? Like,
wait,
I would never be the person to ever make fun of someone's like something.
appearance.
Or no, I mean sometimes you do, but I'm saying I would never make fun of someone's appearance when like I have issues. Like that's like me making fun of someone's hair when I have hair issues all the time. Like I wouldn't
Right.
do that.
Well, especially if I'm on a show and my extensions have
Yes.
shown multiple times, I'm definitely not gonna say a hair comment. Or I'm not gonna say, yes, we've made comments, but I'm not gonna say your lips look like that when my lips are done and my nose looks
Exactly.
like that. Like, I'm not gonna because I know that they're gonna come back at me. So it's like there's no point. By the way, Teresa and Jennifer unfollowed Jen Fessler
Oh, good.
today.
I'm happy. Good.
I
She
know.
really
I
like
know.
she's unhinged. Like I swear, like what she says and what she does is like she moves really
Two different
wild, you
things.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very like
Yeah, it's
it's
dangerous.
uneasy to watch. It's just like
Yeah.
it's
And
like
you know what? Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say even like listening to her, I don't even want to listen to her anymore because it's like
Yeah.
you say
It's
one thing and then you
weird.
do another and then you say something else differently. Like if they had moved her literally in the same breath of the same like day, she would have said something different to them, even after
Yeah,
all of
to
this.
Teresa and them, yeah,
Yeah.
totally agree. Well, even how hot she comes in at Danielle, and then she's like, "Yeah, I agree with you." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I don't.
Yeah.
It is. I am confused because Jen Fessler, she's reposting tweets that aren't in her favor on her story, and she's putting like sad faces. It's like, imagine how some of these housewives feel who have been harassed 24/7. This
Yeah.
is the downside of starring on a reality show. And while Jen Fessler has wanted to be on the show since Siggy days, I mean, Siggy would bring her along. She isn't cut out for this. And you are barely getting attacked. I mean, a few years ago, Melissa was getting attacked. When I'm saying 24/7, yes, we recap the show or we'll call out Melissa when she says something that's a bullshit lie. We'll put the whole truth out there. But I remember years ago when Melissa was getting attacked 24/7, and now those troll accounts are attacking Teresa 24/7. Imagine how they feel. And Jen Fessler is like sitting there putting sad faces. And it's like you're not cut out for the show. I wouldn't be either. I would never be cut out for reality TV. I would hate it. So it's like you're not cut out for this. I don't know why you're reposting what people are saying about you. I don't know if you're trying. I don't know what she's trying to do with that.
Yeah, no, it was really weird.
Yeah. Rachel announced she was pregnant with her third. We already said it on our Patreon that she's
Yeah.
pregnant with her third. We don't want to announce it publicly because that's her announcement to make, and that's great.
Yeah, I'm
I
happy
think
for
that's
her.
awesome.
It was
Yeah.
funny how she like ran to Fessler right away, like when they were like all hugging. Like it's like she got the hug. I don't know. It's their relationship is so
She
weird to me.
I don't know, but I think that she really did love Fessler, so
Yeah.
she feels good about it. But I think
Yeah.
that Fessler like looks at her like a little girl, and she like tolerates her.
Yeah.
Bravo allowing Danielle Cabral to say she regrets not killing Jennifer Aiden.
That was the
It,
craziest. That was literally the
Mhm.
craziest thing out of the whole episode. It's like you still are
No
on this path,
remorse.
no remorse. And I think that like Andy said recently, like the one thing he hates with any housewife is when they have no like remorse, no regrets
Remorse.
type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like so ugly. Like for her to say like she regrets not killing her. Are you okay?
It's definitely the lowest thing said on Bravo because at the end
Yeah.
of the day, this is a show. She has shown no remorse and thinks that being violent is cool. She said it on Watch What Happens Live. She, where she was like, oh, it was like a UFC fight, seeing what I did to Jennifer Aiden. She said she doesn't regret it. And now she's doubled down and saying that she should have killed Jen Aiden. It's just
Yeah.
the wrong message and it's a huge liability. And
Yeah.
that's
It's like
when,
look at
again,
your
things
behavior.
get too toxic and go too far.
Yeah, I just wish like they all can own things,
Yeah.
and just say like, I did this wrong, I shouldn't have done that, and I've learned
Well,
from it. But
someone
that's
like her
it.
shouldn't be on the show, and that's
I
it.
know.
Of course, Melissa laughed when Rachel Fuda made fun of Teresa's lips, and I'm like, "You were so triggered
Yeah,
and affected by
so
this
so triggered.
woman." Yeah. And then Rachel Fuda laughing at the Warrior video coming out when her husband had a whole robbery on his record, holding people at gunpoint.
Seriously.
Like, you have balls to laugh and be like, "Oh, when that Warrior video came out," and it's like, your husband literally robbed people 10 years ago. I don't understand. But you know what? At the end of the day, I just want Melissa gone. I
Okay.
do not want her on the show. If there's someone, please just I think she knows she's done. It would be so weird to bring her back. There's just no way. But I don't even care. I would just want Melissa gone.
But yeah, I think there's more people that needs to go. But I really do think this was like this was done for her for sure. It's like
It's just
there,
it's
and
crazy
she knows
because
it.
just think about it, all of this toxicity and divide it could have been avoided if production actually listened last season and put, a cast that would actually film with each other.
Yeah, and
Everyone said it and they
or
still
like
brought everyone back.
or didn't like feed into them like doing this like division, like didn't feed into
Yeah.
them like acting this way. Like there's different ways of
Well,
saying
they
like,
saw there
listen,
was
like,
no resolution at the reunion,
well, yeah,
and they still brought everyone back, and
and
it was like, "What are
they
you
could have said,
doing?"
I'm not bringing you guys back unless we know that you guys are gonna make sure you guys are all have friends and whatever. And like it's like they were excited that they did this.
Name 4 people that you'd wanna see back.
Teresa, Jen, Dolores, and um Jackie. Oh, that side. Maybe I would want to see Rachel Fuda back.
I would actually wanna see Rachel back. I don't
Yeah.
mind. I actually like seeing her family and stuff, and, like, she's pregnant right now. I would love to see that journey, and, I mean, but they're not even gonna film. She'll have the baby by then if she was to come back, so I would
But
like
then
to
that'd
see
be like another thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I would
Yeah.
like to see Rachel back. I'd like to see yeah, Jen, Dolores, and Teresa back. So that would be
Yeah.
my and then new girls, of course. And I just think that would be there's no one like in your ear. There's no like Margaret saying don't talk to them, don't go to that. There's no Melissa making you feel guilty.
I think like 4 people coming back though is a lot. I think what they're really gonna do is bring back 2 people, and then the rest are gonna be new.
Yeah.
Because then 4 people bringing back is like it's just like a weird. It's weird. It's like you already still have that side. Like I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know what's happening. I know that Rachel Fuda and Melissa are teaming up for a business. I think it's like a spot where influencers go and they
It's like
take
weird. It's like yeah, like they're basically saying they can help influencers like really ramp up their business. Like it's kind of like those one things that are the master classes. Have you heard of those like a subscription to master class?
okay.
I feel like they're trying to do that, but for like influencers or young
It would just be so
entrepreneurs.
I feel like they would maybe ask Melissa to be a friend of and that she'd be embarrassing and she would actually do it.
Oh.
I don't know, but how awkward would that be if Rachel does get asked back and then they have this business and then Melissa and Joe I don't know. I think though Bravo did set it up where it's like we're barely seeing Joe. I mean, I know we saw him a little bit, but from what we're used to. So because we're barely seeing Joe, obviously that means Melissa's not interesting. So
Yeah, because there was nothing for her. There was literally nothing that they could have had and shown.
yeah. Again, if they were real about their life and how things do affect them and how it has been a lot, how this has been a lot,
We would like to watch it.
right? But they're not. So I don't know, you guys. I'm sure. So we're still obviously there's gonna be so many updates with Jersey. There's gonna be so many things that happen on social media that we're obviously always going to discuss, just like we did when it was off season of it. But
But I am glad this season
we need a
14 is
break.
over, guys.
We
Thank
need a
the
break.
Lord.
Yeah, we totally need a break, and I am happy about this break. I feel like the toxicity it's slowly, getting out of our bodies now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. We did actually post something on All About Terry. We said this on our Patreon already, but we did get a post from someone, which is so crazy. And it was basically someone who said that they got reached out to back in 2020 when Michelle, the realtor, was cast on New Jersey. And it was Margaret's friend and a producer who reached out. And this was actually an enemy of Michelle. So they're not friends. And they reached out and they were like, can you believe Michelle is coming back or is coming to New Jersey? And she was like, how the hell would they get my number? And she saw that it was a producer in this guy. And she looked at his page and he had all photos of Margaret. And I feel like that's how Margaret gets her arsenal.
Yeah, it just goes
So,
to show like how deep
yeah,
how deep they go and like how much they
it's
dive
too
into other
dirty.
people's. Yeah.
Don't sleep on OC, you guys. Don't sleep on OC. Watch Dubai. Chantal's almost done with Love Island, by the way. So we're gonna do an episode of just like our whole opinion on the Love Island. Chantal, I got a lot of DMs that people are excited for us to do that.
Oh, and I
We're
have such different like because I don't not on TikTok, so these are like my true opinions and feelings, but like I literally have such different feelings and vibes than you do.
I know it's
It's
so
wild.
crazy. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are gonna be happy with Chantal's opinion on Love Island, but that will be a fun episode. But
All
it's
I
been
will
a
say is I don't get the hype, y'all.
yeah, it's
Like
been a
not on the
journey.
show. I'm saying on certain girls.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. It's been a journey overall, and we have some exciting things coming up that we can't wait to share with you guys. But aside from that, I don't know, Chantal.
Yeah, we'll be back
Final
for OC this
thoughts?
week and
Yeah.
then no, yeah, I think like today was just so it's like they ruined what they just did for the show like from today. Like it really bothered me. I'm sure like everyone feels the same way.
Just
But
super
I'm just happy it's
unnecessary.
done.
Yeah.
Even on Watch What Happens Live, I don't think there was a guest that's like on from New Jersey. So it's just like so silly. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
we hope no one has Sunday scaries because we're filming this in the evening, but I'm sure you guys are
Well, I
listening to this in
do.
the morning. I do too.
I'm
I had
so
Sunday
sad.
scaries today. Why are
Me
you
too.
sad?
I don't know. I don't want to like. I just feel like I had such a busy weekend. Like it's a great thing though. Like I was celebrating two proposals. Like we were with each other on Saturday. It just like was so busy that I feel like I didn't even have time for myself. So it's like now it's like a whole another week of work. I
Yeah.
don't like
I
it.
I know. I know. I totally. Today was actually a good day. Like we went to church early in the morning, and then we came home, and my husband did a blow up slide. Usually we go to our pool club, but it was like we had really shitty weather this weekend.
Yeah,
Really
it was
shitty
like
weather.
it's like feeling like it's not shitty weather in the sense of like
It
it's
was
like
like 60 to 70s.
it's like fall
Yeah.
vibes and it's like it's August though, so it's like weird. But I love this weather, but I think it's just too early.
Yeah, it's way too early for it to be like that. I convinced my husband years ago. You guys, if you guys see how much things I have from Target, like floaties and the pool floats, and I have them, the moon bounce. It's what is it called? Moon bounce?
Yeah, bounce house, like a
Bounce
bounce
house,
house.
like, they're all white and pink and light pink and pretty, and I just have bought so many things, and we don't use any of it, and I convinced my husband to spend $800 and make sure that our hose are hot because like, hot water,
Yeah,
and
like
I swear to
the water outside on the like on your hose, you can like make sure that it's like gets fed by your like hot water in your house.
Yeah, so it's super hot. You can make it as hot as possible. Like I literally, we hired someone to come and do it, and then all of a sudden, I had him do that, and then the next summer we had so many crazy bugs because my backyard's like all trees, and we didn't even go outside and use it. And then the next year, I joined a pool club, and he was like, "Remember when you bought all these stuff for the kids and they never use it, and then you got these hose?" But I do feel like my kids get over things real quick, and they just at least like a pool club, like they're there all day.
Well, did they get over it today when you did it for them?
No, they honestly had so much fun, especially Jack and Sloan. Charlie kind of gets over it quicker, which is so weird. You would think Sloan does, but Charlie does. And I think they were really tired because I woke them up very early for church. Usually we go a little bit later, but I woke them up very early, so they were just they went to sleep at 6:30 today.
Oh, wow, thank
I
God. Bye,
know.
guys.
I know. But then Charlie woke up and she's like, "Can you lay with me?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah, so anyways, someone DM'd us and they were like, "Can you do a podcast about advice?" I was like, "I need advice." About parenting advice. I was like, "I need parenting
Oh,
advice."
wow, wow, that is
Right. I
so
mean,
nice.
I was like, "I need I don't have the answers. So my parenting would be I don't know, you know?"
But I think sometimes just hearing about, like, different ways of, like, how different people do
Yeah.
things, like, can you get inspired a little bit, not that it's like you're right,
I think
but
we should do an episode, Chantel, on our main platform because I feel like on Patreon we do talk more personal and stuff, but I feel like on our main platform we should do like an ask us about like what they want to know about us, just and no Real Housewives talk. And I think that would
okay.
be a
Yeah.
good episode just to have and just to talk because I feel like people like listening for some reason. Thank
Yeah,
you.
let's do it. Let's do it
Yeah.
soon.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys listening and being on this journey with us. We hope you have an amazing week and that you guys didn't have Sunday scaries.
Yes. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye.